Why don't you leave me alone? I'm gonna ride for her and I'm gonna win strong. I'm gonna go from channel to channel. I don't give a damn if you think it's a scandal. I love light skin girl. They make my world out. All I mess with is light skin girl. I'm in love with light skin girl. Avatar. All I mess with is light skin girl. I'm in love with all I mess with an avatar. Yes, I'll buy you a stove. Yes, a refrigerator. Don't care about you haters. I don't care how stupid I look. I have a form and a wall that got me shut. I'm gonna travel across the Atlantic. Think goddamn G.I. made me panic. I almost lost her to a game changer, but she turned them down. She want a big ass black ass sailor. All I mess with is light skin girl. I'm in love with light skin girl. Avatar. All I mess with is light skin girl. I'm in love with all I mess with an avatar. Yes, I'll buy you a stove. Yes, a refrigerator. Don't care about you haters. Check out you looking stupid. Got a nigga looking crazy. I already knew you were shady. Streaming content is lazy. When a bitch jump on a panel, it get too hot to handle. Superman come to the rescue. A nigga knows that it is true. Sipping hard, oh my god, you make a form animal, right? A motherfucking fantastic fraud. A motherfucking fantastic fraud. Motherfucking fantastic fraud. A motherfucking fantastic fraud. All I mess with is light skin girl. I'm in love with light skin girl. Avatar. All I mess with is light skin girl. I'm in love with all I mess with an avatar. Smoke. real, baby. Smoke, I know you wanted the real. Glory on, baby. Did the real, willing to go far and beyond. Did the real, saw you came up the other day. Did the real, willing to please you in any way. I said you've been watching me. I know you've been stalking me. I know you like chocolate. Kiss me from the head down to my feet. Baby, glory on, baby. Crying from behind. You say grown men won't know. 24/7 on the go. You said did the real running deep in that hole. I'm like, baby, goddamn, I'm on it right now. I'm like, baby, let's get it. Let's do it like that. Ship hard and ready. Look the way she like to go steady. Did the rail about to go and let it flow. Baby, you don't wanna let time waste right now. Wanna hear you make that freaky ass sound. I know you want it to real. I know you want it to real, baby. Smoke. I know you want it to real. Come on, start it, baby. Give me a happy ending. Lay me down. Start it, I love when you rub me down. Rub me down. Rubbing it down. Lay me down. Start it, I love when you lay me down. Rub me down. Moving that mouth on it round and round. Lay me down. Rub me down. Baby, you know what you're here for. I am here for pleasure, and yes, my body is sore. Word around town, you can give me what I want, and yes, I'm down. You can make a frown, turn upside down. Touch me slow, touch me low. Make me go. You're doing your job. Don't feel right. Don't wanna stop. Don't want you to stop, baby. Lay me down. Start it, I love when you rub me down. Rub me down. Rubbing it down. Lay me down. Start it, I love when you lay me down. Rub me down. Moving that mouth on it round and round. Lay me down. Rub me down.
Oh shit. The old conscious clientele is in the house. My girl Sher Cruz. What the fuck? Girl, what you been doing? What's going on with you? God damn, that's my day ones. Not my day ones. What's up, everybody? This is Coach D. Darrell Spears in the house. I got one of my day ones from 2018-19 in the house today. God damn, what's up, girl? What are you doing? She said, "Oh, I guess people gotta wear panties to sleep next to her." What's up, girl? What you a blast from the past? What is going on with you? Damn, this is a treat. God damn it. Okay. So shout out to everybody in the house. This is Coach D. Darrell Spears, aka the Godfather, aka the Black YouTube Therapist, here once again. We're gonna have a good one tonight. We're gonna talk about some shit. D. Darrell gonna talk his shit. She said, Ella, laughing my ass off. What's up, D? Hey, baby. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Happy to see you here once again. We're gonna chop it up and have a good time today. I want to just say hello to each and every one of you that came in today. What's up, Vici? What's up, Cassandra Brown? Hope I can keep you up tonight, Queen. Shit, what's up with Sher Cruz? Once again, she said the title is crazy, but the title is real. And I'm going to show you why it's real. Miss Queen Sun Kiss in the house. We're going to have a good one. We're going to have a good one tonight. We're going to have a good one. She said, I just been chilling. Got to get some more headphones, man, because I see I need to come chat on here for real. Anytime, baby. You can come chat with your boy D. Darrell, one of my day ones in the house, part of the conscious clientele in the goddamn house coming in tonight. Damn, girl, you didn't rejuvenated me for the night. She said, yeah, nah, that's a real title, but it's for real. And guys, I want to say this. Before I get started, um, I would like if you're new to the channel, just coming in, come out and check out my Coach D. Darrell Spears channel. Please subscribe to my Coach D. Durrell Spears channel is hot. Also, subscribe to D. Durrell Life Solutions. Also, guys, if you're listening to D. Durrell The Rebirth Live, holla at your boy. Check it out. So, she says she that day one click. Yes, baby. Day one click. Sure cruise. Damn, girl. I'm so happy to see you. I like to see my people from back in the day coming in, man. Sure, the sector is totally shit is totally different from when you last came in. This shit is off the chain right now. You still got some of the same players with a lot of new messy ass players. And we doing our thing. You know me. You know me doing my thing. I'm D Durrell. And we doing our thing. So we gonna definitely do what we do. So we're gonna get into this today. And we're gonna talk about listening to relationship content from people who failed at relationships. Now, the reason why I decided to do this content because this shit is just real. Obviously, it has resonated. People came in talking about it. They like, damn, that title. That title is like some real shit. That shit is keeping it 100. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Being that I am a therapist and people hold what I say to a certain level, they like to nitpick at me and shit and say stuff and people checking out. They tried to kill my dating coach channel before it even started. But I've been talking about relationships for a long time. Sher Cruz can even tell you. I talk about relationships, pro black shit, reparations, talk about manosphere shit. I had an array of different topics. Talked about the Umar shit, of course. So we're going to really get into this. It's because it is highly frustrating to me that when I look at YouTube content and then you search relationships, you hear a lot of broken people saying a lot of toxic rhetoric. And they don't realize the damage that they can potentially create for other people who are following them. And one of the main things that people talk about is that, hey, if you need therapy, you need therapy. And of course, you all know I'm definitely a proponent of therapy because I'm the person that facilitates it. But the issue is when a real professional places himself or herself on a panel and tell people who have failed at relationships that this is not correct, this is not wrong, this is not consistent, this is bad advice, this is not conducive to what a relationship really is, this is superficial. People get mad, people want to call you names, they want to curse you out. That's why you don't see me in certain spaces chopping it up with people because I understand my presence creates a different environment. My presence creates an environment that people don't like. What's up, Juju? How you doing, girl? Good to see you here. We're gonna chop it up. So Cassandra Brown said there's a lot of sick people on YouTube. And definitely. And I'm gonna be honest. Um, I have grown to be very careful of what I say. I've grown to be careful of what I may say in regards to mental health. I try to keep it to my channel because I understand because I'm a therapist, I've had people that tried to contact my board and tried to get my license taken away over stuff on YouTube. And I understood. See, this is the thing. People think that that kind of, handicaps me. No, it don't, because I understand my ethics. And you're not my client. I did not cause harm to you. You did not, I did not provide a service. You didn't pay for a service. So it is what it is. Cassandra says they're undiagnosed and untreated. Yes, they are. Shout out to the Faith Factor. She said, "Hey D, these folks are experts at failure. Yes, expert at failures, but they want to tell you." And one of the biggest experts of failure was Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels was one of the biggest experts of failure in his life, outside of the last 2.5 years of his life. And Negroes act like he. I saw somebody say that Kevin Samuels' legacy still lives on. I said, what legacy he created? He didn't create a legacy. He barely took care of his own daughter. Yes, people do go too far on here. And I'm gonna be honest, you know, I don't know if I would be on YouTube if I had a regular job. The only reason why I've survived from some of the BS that has happened is because I own my own business and I understand the ethics that I operate in. And so you just can't just throw out blatant stuff and think it's going to stick. Then I have the money to fight shit. Yes, a legacy of failure. Now, what I want to do, guys, I want to go with the red pill. Because, see, I'm going to talk about the pills, as you saw in the live, in the thumbnail. Sher Cruz stated a non-licensed individual could give some good relationship advice, right? Yes, they can. I'm not saying that you have to be licensed in order to give good advice. What I am going to say, if you're not licensed, then you're going to have to show a track record. You're going to have to, you know, have some observations. You're going to have some experience. You're going to have to make sense, and you're going to have to be well read to be given advice. That's what I'm saying. A person who's not licensed can give good advice. But see, what they fail to understand, as a therapist in a therapy session, I never give advice. I don't give advice. I process issues. I help people understand their issues and make their own decisions. And see, that's a misnomer about therapy. Therapy is not about advice giving. It's about a process. It's a systematic process of you having a certain therapeutic orientation to reach a different behavioral change. That's it. People come to therapy and I tell them what to do. No, I don't. I rarely give advice. Not to say that therapists don't give advice. If I do give advice, I'm giving several options. I don't just give one option. But we're going to talk about these pills. We're going to talk about the black pill. How those Negroes think. These Negroes, like, these guys are damn near suicidal, very negative towards everything going on in life. We're talking about the pink pill, and we all know who represent the pink pill. All I have to say, you already know when you think of pink pill, you already know of her issues and her recent divorce. We're going to talk about the goddamn red pill, because that, to me, those are the biggest architects of failure on social media. We're going to talk about the blue pill man. Equally. Easily. So we're going to start off with the red pill. And today's video, and I'm going to open up the panel once I'm finished with reviewing these videos. But I'm going to start the videos out because I'm tired of hearing people who have failures in relationships trying to tell you what black women need to do, trying to tell you what this person should do. And yes, as you can see on this screen, we're going to start with this Negro. And you all know who this Negro is. Y'all know who this Negro is. This is a Negro. And I'm going to give you the backstory before I play the video. He basically said if black men need therapy, it's mostly because of black women. You see, this is the dumbass shit that these Negroes talk about. And this comes from a Negro who decided to get married at the tender age of 19 to his high school sweetheart, the first and only piece of pussy he ever got in his life, to after he got divorced. This nigga fell in love with the first woman that gave him some. The first woman. The first woman that gave him a little bit. The first one that gave him a little loving. The first one, the only one. Can you all believe this? This Negro fell in love at 18 with the first and only woman he ever was able to sink himself into. And you know what ended up happening, guys? She grew tired of him after about 8 to 10 years. And she left him. You know why she left him? She left him because she realized she fucked up in life and she got married too young. You got married maybe, what, less than a year or so after high school. You find out life has more to offer, and I settled down and I thought I had a child and shit. Fell in love with this goofy Negro on the screen. He wasn't worth shit. Life didn't turn out the way you thought it was gonna turn. So this nigga now is on YouTube full time because he wasn't successful at anything in real life. Now, word around the street is that this nigga talk about black women so much, but this nigga made a living selling wigs and weave. That's what I heard. I don't know how true that is, but I heard this nigga say I have for a living. 2 black women, the very women that he talked shit about every day on his channel. Excuse me, on his channel. Man, I'm sitting here like, nigga, the first and only relationship you ever had in your fucking life. The first lady to let you sniff on it. Nigga, are you serious? The first woman to ever kiss you, touch you, rub you. Nigga, you fell in love with no experience. This lady was 18, 19 years. You had no business fucking getting married, Bernard. But I just want to give you this backstory. Now watch what Mr. Bernard says. Listen to this shit. I want y'all to listen to this shit.
All right. Excuse me. I haven't had any coffee. And I just realized I can feel it in my voice. But anyway, we are in here. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all know the deal. Y'all know the routine. Make sure you.
Okay, Miss Sunkist said, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that is that this Negro was not mature enough for marriage. That's what's wrong with it. And most 18 to 19-year-olds are not. But let me continue. Fair
Hit
use.
the like button before we even get things started. Whether you're catching it live or you're catching it after it's uploaded, make sure you hit the like button. We're going to be exploring a concept. If black men need therapy, it's mostly because of black women. Yeah, I know the ever controversial hood conservative came up with that title and that topic, and we're going to be.
Wait a minute. This nigga took a title from the hood conservative, another known nigga who got about what 3 or 4 kids for 3 or 4 different women. Are y'all fucking kidding me? See, this is the shit I'm talking about. This nigga known with multiple baby mamas, mad and angry about child support and shit. Are you fucking kidding me? Let me continue.
Exploring that, going to be digging into that. SKC is already preemptively saying, I wonder if Hood and I will agree on this one. Should be interesting. So we're about to be getting into that. Got a number of things on the table. One quick thing, the night shows, even though I got something blocking that right there. the night shows, the schedule for the night shows, because I'm going to be doing shows every night. Y'all know, y'all seen them, the ones when me, LAR, Man Bun Mike, Game Changer, we're
Yeah,
going to bring it in.
content.
We're going to get into that. Yeah, we're going to damn near start with that one. That's the first question I'm asking Hood Conservative. Will therapy make black men more, what did he say? Need therapy to help them be more.
Now listen, you're gonna ask a Negro like Hood Conservative. Now, there was a guy named Counselor, I forgot his name, that gave a present, all the therapists, and I know you would never ask me because you don't want me to blow the shit up. You could have asked the fucking kosher clinician. You could have asked the controversial counselor. You could have asked other people. I forgot this guy's name was a Counselor Evans or Debbie Davis, whatever, that presented on your show. But you're gonna ask Hood Conservative to give up a quote unquote pseudo professional opinion? Are you fucking kidding me? This is some bullshit. But let's continue.
More confident, bold, and thick-skinned. Yeah, we'll explore that one. So without further ado, bringing up the man of the hour, Hood Conservative in the building. What's going on? Mic check. You there?
Mic check. Good morning. Good morning. Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Yeah. Go ahead. All right.
Yeah, that question. I remember bringing this up on your show at some point in the past. Just my disdain for therapy and this whole field. You know, I'm not sure that it's completely evil, but I think it's mostly bullshit. And so to answer that statement, black men need therapy to help them be more confident, bold, and thick-skinned. When you think of the people who actually have, like, let's say a person says, you know, I've been going to therapy for the last 5-6 years. Do you associate that person with boldness and thick-skinnedness?
Do you all hear the idiocracy of this Negro Hood Conservative? Which, by the way, he know I don't fuck with him, and me and him have had many bouts of arguing back and forth. This Negro sat here who has no accomplishments in life, who got baby mamas, children he can't afford. And you want to sit here and talk about how therapy don't work, and people say they've been in therapy for 5, 6. You don't know what the reasons they in therapy for, Hood Conservative. Not all issues are equal and how people respond and cope with that. Now, being in therapy for 5 years means there must be extreme issues. And that doesn't mean that they went to therapy consistently, because they could have taken breaks. We don't know the issues. We don't know the issues, Hood Conservative. But you speaking on some shit with all the dumbass shit that you have said on YouTube. Negro, you the one that need therapy, and you should never fix your mouth to talk about black women, black men, or anybody else.
Like being thick-skinned. If I said that, I'll go. But still, do you associate that with somebody who's thick-skinned?
Real quick. It sounds like you need to turn the gain down or something. It's like it ain't the normal one. It's something else going on. This not the normal. They don't think or speak man. So whatever help that a man is getting, you know, I question some aspects of it. I do question some aspects of it, but I do think there's some value in it. But I don't think therapy builds thick skin. I don't know if it's doing that. I can't go.
What they're basically wanting to know, to me, from what I'm hearing, is that they're wanting to know, does therapy build confidence? Yes, therapy can allow you and help you become a better person. It can allow you to ignore things. If you want to say thick skin, whatever term or label you want to give it, therapy can allow you to function better dealing with adverse situations. It has a lot of value. You Negroes in this space don't understand the value. Just because the world understands and you missed it, that's not my fault. You live in this bubble of an echo chamber where you have the same Negroes saying the same shit every day, and you just clapping and bigging up in each other and giving cash apps and super chats. But then you got hoods, conservative of all people, speaking on this shit. Let's continue.
Go that far. So I believe it's some value, but thick skin, I don't know if that's one of those values. Thick skin is something you get.
Touch with your feelings brings you closer to death. It just does.
Wow. All right, before we get further into it, it was something you had
Answer to pretty much everything in life, right? And then this modern concept of therapy comes along, and it's like, no, you should cry. You're gonna die anyway. You may as well cry. And I think the whole point of it is to take away from the natural urge to be stoic in the face of all troubles. And that's one of my main takeaways, my main criticisms of the whole industry of therapy. Getting in from the male perspective, getting in touch with your feelings brings you closer to death.
This Negro said, getting in close, getting getting into your feelings or understanding your feelings brings you to death. So, Hood Conservative, can you please quantify or measure that? Where'd you get that from? What books are you referencing? Is this just your own anecdotal experience because you don't understand how to come to terms with your own feelings? And feelings are not just merely feelings. Feelings are a connection to reality. Feelings are a connection to thoughts and behaviors. This is some crazy ass shit. This is some crazy shit. But this is a nigga who has failed speaking on relationships and how men should function in relationships, primarily the women.
It just does.
It just does. What the fuck is that?
All right, before we get further into
even Bernard incel ass was like, damn.
It was something you had you saw something going on with your channel. You had moved a lot of content to your other channel, and you got like a backup channel. When you're doing something with that, go ahead and explain what's going on there while I step aside and grab some coffee and stuff.
Okay. So
you got it.
I've been
Yeah, Bernard, go ahead and wake up. We all know you're sleepy. Wake up.
If you guys been listening to my main channel for a while, you know I've been on a quest to get shekels from YouTube. So I'm getting like that whole monetization review thing going on. And so while they're deciding full-fledged channel, oppression every Sunday night, that's all we're doing. Sunday night oppression stream. And we're gonna go in like that, and we're gonna see what it does. And
yeah, I heard about that, and I just thought it was like a joke news story, so I just kept it moving. But like, are people like, you said people getting $1 million?
My numbers may be off, but it's somewhere in that general direction. Yeah, it's going to be at least $1 million per.
The people who are the people who are getting it are the people who had what happened to them? I forgot.
Black.
Just black people.
That's what happened to them. No. That's what happened to them.
No, it's not for slavery as I understood it. It's for something else.
No, it's for reparations. Look closer, my friend. If you look at the story, that's all they're talking about. I'm good over there in the no white guilt streets. So they know me over there.
I literally just was watching something last night. It was actually Adam 20 believes now. If there's a murder, then okay, the real government got to come in, but they handle their stuff in house, so to speak. I forgot how it works. Somebody in the chat room, no one could shout out the area.
From that level on.
Hold on. Why did you say being a good man to them? That implies
that we suffer mental distress, right? Nothing is more mentally frustrating than being a good man to most black women.
Ooh,
and from that
Wow, did y'all hear that? Nothing is more frustrating from a loser like this is to being a good man to a black woman. She low down. This is a man who has failed at relationships. Did you hear that, guys? Nothing is more frustrating than being a good man to a black woman.
Level
Hey,
on.
hold on. Hold on. Why did you say being a good man to them? That implies that it's not. This is where it gets. This is oh shit. Hold on. This is where it gets bad when when the argument turns to not being a good man to them. It's not nearly as stressful, if at all.
That's called winning.
Wow, not being a good man to a black woman means you're winning. You see the toxicity of this shit, the bullshit. This is a grown ass man who probably in his late 30s to 40s talking like this. And you got this goofy, chunky Negro on the left who laughing at it like it's all giggles and jokes.
No,
But
no,
that's-
shit. I shit you
that's-
not. I shit you
No,
not.
no,
When
no.
we
That's go ahead.
No, when you've had different guys on who there's this argument, game versus not game. I don't know how to frame it better than that, but there's a sort of dichotomy going on there. And when you've had guys come up who are on the game side of things, I think in the big picture, game is just basically not really being a good guy to women and the traditional blue pill sense of the word. It's actually doing all the opposite of the blue pill rules, and that's game, and that's how you win with the majority of black women, right? And it's not black women, it's game applies.
So this is, to me, what you just heard right now is a clear example of red pill buffoonery. I'm saying red pill buffoonery. This guy don't have a fucking clue about relationships. Notice the immaturity in what he states. This guy obviously has never had a real relationship in his life, and if he did, it failed because of him. Red pill supporters and advocates don't understand that they're part of the problem. They refuse to understand that they dusty, musty, and busted. They refuse to understand that you need to brush your teeth, brush your hair, put on some deodorant, and wear clean clothes. You refuse to understand that you need a 40-hour-a-week job. They refuse to understand. You don't treat women like shit and expect them to accept it just because of you being a man. This is the problem. And when someone says otherwise, they get in their feelings, like myself. Me and this guy has had classic bouts with each other on multiple platforms. I don't fuck with him anymore because he's just stupid. These guys are like not worth me tapping into my intellectualism to debate you. It's not worth. And even back in the 30s, men wasn't treating women like this. Well, a lot were, at least white men were, but black men wasn't treating their women. Well, there were some. And that's debate. But when women had no rights and men were just doing anything with no accountability, now that's the truth. We're not going to sit here and act like what woman wants to live like this? Why would a woman want this? Like, did they ever ask that question? Now we're going to get to the blue pill side. Yes, guys. Yes. This is the man of the hour. This man here has been considered blue pill. A lying ass blue pill. Dating coach / author / whatever supporter. This Negro treated his wife like shit. He treated his wife like shit. And see, yeah, Juju, yeah, he's so fine. But yeah, look how he treated his wife and made it public. Should this man say men want a good woman until she requires him to be a good man? What nigga, you should have thought about that shit and applied that to your own relationship. Your woman wanted you to be a good man. Or you wanted your woman to be you wanted your woman to be a good woman, which she was, but she crazy as hell. She required your ass to be a good man from the beginning. Oh Lord, obviously she loves some damn Derrick Jackson. I get it. Whatever. And look at Faith. Look, Faith too. See y'all women in here. See, now y'all see this is the problem. Oh, he fine as hell, but he poison. Now, how many of y'all gonna simp? The women, because you know women simp too. Y'all up in here simping for Derrick Jackson. But listen to this horrible husband. Listen to him. Listen to this shit.
It's a real woman, so that real woman requires him to step up and be a real man. Every man wants a good woman until that woman requires him to level up, drop his baggage, deal with the old ways of thinking and all the stuff he got away with other women. Every man wants that type of woman until she requires those things of him. Every man wants a woman that can manage her emotions and has all of this emotional intelligence until that woman with emotional intelligence says, you know what? You now have to manage your pride. You now have to manage your ego. You now need to get self-aware about some of those narcissistic traits because I'm not dealing with that.
If I hear some shit about some narcissistic traits in this goddamn space again, I'm gonna fucking blow a gasket. Oh my God. Can y'all think of another personality disorder except for fucking narcissistic traits? Please.
The reason why I bring this up is because I really want to know something. For men who are watching this, can you handle the type of woman you say you want? There's so many men who idealize the type of woman that's for them. Ladies, y'all put I down in the chat if you've ever had a guy who described these character traits of a woman that they want in their life. You know, good and well, you're that type of woman. But when it came down to it, he really didn't appreciate you. He couldn't handle you.
Wow. Listen to this. Listen to this blue shit, this blue pill shit. This from a man, so I guess your wife you couldn't handle your wife? You couldn't handle your wife making your ass go to church and praise the Lord and get the Holy Ghost. Remember that shit? You couldn't handle your your wife finding out you fucking women in her bed. You couldn't handle the fact that your ass had a whole fucking house, whole fucking a fucking apartment somewhere in Atlanta, where you was just fucking off on other women, Derrick. She couldn't handle that shit, huh? Or you couldn't handle them goddamn rules that she put before you. Come on, Derrick. Talk about the shit you did. You couldn't handle the standards that good woman had for you. You want to sit here and talk about, see, this is the issue. You see, when Derrick, this is, listen, I know my dating coaching channel ain't there yet. If it gets there, it's good. If it don't, it don't. Because it don't really matter, because I heal relationships every day. Matter of fact, today I did 2 marital sessions today. So it don't matter if I don't get it on YouTube. I'm definitely getting it in real life. People come to me all the time from all over the state of Texas requesting my services. So it don't matter if I get it on YouTube. And I'm actually doing therapy, not coaching. But, Negro, you are a victim of your own content. You are a victim of your own content. And you turned out to be every bit as toxic as all the men that you criticize on your content, as if these women don't have their own flaws. See, this is the biggest flaw of his issue, the biggest issue of his content. See, when you're coaching people, you've been a dating coach, you have to identify the issues of the person that needs the coaching. You basically coach women to deal with the issues of men. But these women are not dealing with their own internal issues. So that means that when they encounter a good man, whatever that may mean, if you're broken, it doesn't matter who you meet. But of course, who am I? I'm just a licensed therapist for over 17 years who got several practices and facilities throughout the state of Texas. And, people contact me all the time, and I deal with the dynamics of relationships and help families all the time, but at least 300-400 over the last 17 years. But who am I? I'm a nobody, according to the YouTube streets. But let's continue.
He didn't know what to do with you. Put I down in the chat if you've ever dealt with that. A man that will call you wifey, acknowledge that you are wife material. But when it's time to put up husband material, he got nothing to offer.
I be damned. I know this nigga just didn't say this. I just know this nigga just did not say when it's time to be husband. Nigga, you ain't never been faithful to that woman since the day you married her. You gonna say when it's time to be, nigga, what time were you ever the hubby? What the fuck? This shit is problematic. But this is Derrick Jaxn, the relationship guru. But this nigga won't speak on his shit. Then this Negro said, I'm sorry, put on the camera. He was up there rubbing her hands and hair and shit and supporting, like, yeah, I know I did this and I'm sorry. Then you got a divorce a year later. That lets me know you continue to have problems because, Derrick, you are a whoremonger. Derrick, you love fucking all the women that your content and your notoriety has allowed you to take advantage of and exploit. You love the fact that there's a lot of women that want to fuck you. They got women in this chat right now that wouldn't mind getting with Derrick. Come on, ladies, let's be honest. I see the stuff that you're writing in the chat. If Derrick Jaxn, y'all had a chance with Derrick Jaxn, what would you do? Come on, ladies, let's be honest. Y'all saying how fine he is. That's what y'all was saying, not fine. Y'all said he's so fine. Then you say the devil beautiful and all this shit. Come on, guys, be honest. Juju say I'll dip low and pick it up slow. I bet you will. Oh shit. You want to dip low and pick it up slow. Okay, baby. Now here go Fate. I'ma resist. Y'all need to stop with this shit. Y'all capping right now. Y'all capping. Let me continue. Let's move forward.
Put I down in the chat if you can relate. I was talking to one of my Self-Crown VIP members recently. This is where this whole conversation comes from. And she was struggling to continue pouring into the relationship. And she just was beating herself up. And a lot of y'all have this. You beat yourself up. You feel like, oh, I'm not doing enough. Maybe I'm not enough. Maybe I need to find more energy, more capacity. I'm losing my motivation, my mojo. It just seems like I was so ready and motivated to come in and be this type of woman, but it's not working out. I'm not actually being that. But after really assessing the situation, I said, sis, you're trying to be everything for a man who's being nothing to you. And I'm not bashing. I'm going to keep it real. This is what happens. I'm going to tell you all where the disconnect typically happens. You have people who say, let's go with men here, because it starts with us. We're the leaders, right? Cool. I'm this type of man. Like, what kind of man?
Wait a minute. What we the leaders that start with us, but what were you doing? You was hoeing around with many women, a lot of women.
Man, I'm the type of man that is a good leader, and I'm nice, and I'm humorous, and I got a big bank account, I got a big whatever down there. I'm this type of man. And this is where we get it confused. It's not about who you think you are or how you've shown up in life before this. It's about how you can show up in a relationship.
Wait a minute. That ain't what Miss Ebony Williams stated. Shit, Ebony Williams said, I want the bus owner, not the bus driver. And yes, your money do matter. What you earn and what you have, developed. I'm not dealing with no niggas who made C's and D's. I don't want to deal with mediocrity. Stop it, Derek. Stop it. She didn't say shit about character. She was about the wallet.
That determines the type of woman that you can truly handle. Because when a man thinks of who he is, he's really including how he's been in his favorite parts of his life for everybody.
That's right, Juju. We chocolate and delicious.
It's like, it's really general. This includes who he was to his homeboy back in the day, his mama, his goldfish, his gerbil, his kids maybe, his coworkers, his classmates, his football teammates, basketball teammates. That's what happens when a man, you ask a man, what kind of man are you? He'll describe the kind of man he is, but that's completely different than how he shows up. And how he shows up is going to tell you whether or not he deserves the type of woman that he says that he wants. This is why you have a lot of guys who say, I want this type of woman, but their attention still goes to something else. Their value still goes to something else. Their actions say they could care less whether or not that woman stays or leaves, or whether or not that woman is just deteriorating before their very eyes. They don't know how to. So you'll have guys, I want a submissive woman. They'll say stuff like that, but it's like, all right, are you the
you had a submissive woman that you fucked it all up. You had a submissive woman. The fuck?
type of man that can create an environment where that woman wants to submit? Submission shouldn't be anything you have to ask for, by the way. It's kind of like respect. You earn respect. You don't demand respect, right? So you'll have men who say, I want a woman that can submit. Are you the type of man that a woman feels safe submitting to? I want a woman that will follow my lead. Are you the type of man that's already leading, where that woman knows you ain't leading her into a crash course? Are you the type of man that's not making emotionally?
You led your woman into a fucking crash course with that bullshit that you was doing. You embarrassed your wife and tried to monetize her on social media, nigga. Stop.
Impulsive decisions based on ego and desire for validation from others, especially with the finances, to where that woman knows that, hey, she can drop everything she got going on financially to now follow whatever plan that you got for your life? Or does she see you gambling on the basketball playoffs and, spending at a strip club and, spending all your money on weed and 2K and, video games and stuff like that? Like, that woman ain't following your lead, man. You want a woman that can follow your lead, but you want a woman that also...
She ain't following your lead either, nigga. If you fucking prancing around Atlanta and all around the country on book tours and shit, and you basically bagging every woman that come to sight, she ain't following that shit either.
Who ignores where the hell you got her going? Make it make sense. One of my favorites, men who's like, oh, I want a woman that can cook. I love a woman that can cook. Are you the type of man that loves to bring home groceries? I remember I said that a couple of years ago. Man, I caught so much flack. But the truth is, like, are you the type of man? Like, this is...
Oh, now your ass want to reflect on the shit that you was doing. Now you want to reflect on the bullshit that you was doing. Oh, last year I was doing... No, nigga, you continue to do it.
This is really just kind of a gut check. It's not bashing. It's literally a question. Ask yourself this. But if you love a woman that cooks, you also got to be a man that loves to see when your woman is exhausted from cooking, from taking care of everybody else, and loves to step in.
Did you step in when you was out there whoring around and your wife was cooking and cleaning for your kids? You fucking around with other women, then you got all kind of women that had abortions and shit, and and you got women pregnant. Stop, Derek. Stop.
You got to be the man that loves to say, baby, I see you working, going to school, whatever you got going on professionally to achieve them goals. You're making sure the kids is up with their teeth brushed and their hair combed and their skin moisturized and they snacks packed and out of the school on time. And you make sure when they get home from school.
All the shit that your wife did that you ignored and you took for granted. Let me stop. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what we consider blue pill niggas. Now, for me, any person that is subscribe to a pill, these niggas crazy as fuck in my position. And I've had my bouts with these niggas who red pill, blue pill, every goddamn pill. You know, they think that having a pill or a certain ideology on YouTube is the answer to all of their problems. When actually the answer is you. The answer is you. You have to realize that. You have to improve upon yourself. Understand your faults. Now, I want to go to Pink Pill because she's just so much fun. Kristen Carrison. Oh my God. Now you find out about her and you know, the other guy that died and shit, David Carroll. That shit was so funny. Let's go to Kristen Carrison. She got a divorce too. Yes, guys. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, you know, the girl that swirls. Yes, yes, yes. Should she be giving advice? Listen to this shit. 6 years ago, listen to this shit.
From Southern California, this
Kristen Carrison. She is the author of Swirling and a founder of a blog called Beyond Black and White. She's also the brand ambassador of interracialdatingsentral.com. Welcome to the circle, Kristen.
Thank you so much for having me.
Like I was saying earlier in the introduction, I think I kind of fumbled. This is a really hot topic right now is race. And there seems to be a lot of issues between blacks and whites right now, but I want to look at a better side of it. I want to look at some of the success stories and some of the ways we can get along better. And interracial dating was something that really fascinated me. But first of all, I wanted to see how you guys.
Wait a minute. What you mean right now? We've had fucking issues since fucking 1555. The fuck you talking about? There seem to be some issues. Yes, we've been treated like shit. That's the goddamn issue. See, and she's just sitting there listening to this shit.
Got involved in all of this with interracial dating, the book Swirling and Beyond Black and White, the blog. How did you get started?
You know, it was all sort of an outgrowth
Cynical, I'm going to get on that.
Of what was happening
Who she
in my
cheated
life
with.
and my life experiences. During the time that I met my husband, who's Caucasian, he's white, it was around 1999. And while there was interracial relationships happening between Black people and white people, it was primarily with Black men and non-Black women. And even today, those numbers still pan out. Black men do tend to date and marry interracially twice the rate of Black women. So a lot of my friends saw who my husband was. They found out first that we were dating, and then they were like, "You mean he goes out with you in public?"
They asked you
Because
actually
there were
asked you
all
that
these-
question?
There were yes, because there's all sorts of myths and presuppositions that Black women in particular get, that non-Black men, particularly white men, aren't going to take them seriously, that maybe they'll be something that they'll experiment with or hide in the closet, but if you're looking for one to be sort of serious and marry you and have a family with you, that's not likely. So during that time, I had well-meaning friends and family when I was dating my husband who said that, I don't want you to take this relationship too seriously? Have you met his parents? And, you know, when they found out that my husband came from a good family that was rather prominent, they were even more convinced that this man would not take me seriously.
Y'all hear this shit? Who took who serious? Who took who serious? David Carroll was a side dude. Maybe Minister Jap. Who did she take serious? Obviously, you still wanted a black man. See, this is the shit nobody want to talk about. She talked all this shit, and at the end of the day, she still wanted some black peen. Now I want to show y'all something else. Because see, this is what Kristen Carrison was doing. She was meeting white men. Listen, look at this shit. I'm gonna show y'all this. She was dealing with bottom shelf Brad. Watch this shit. I want y'all to see what she was doing. Fair use.
They're like almost the same height. It's funny.
I know, isn't that?
He's not really like a foot taller than you.
Yep.
Now, this a married man. This a married woman now. I wouldn't. This is a man. She's supposed to be a married woman. Look how she's looking at him. She just lusting after that white man. Look at this. Look at this shit. This is why she got a divorce. Because she was meeting up with other men and fucking them.
You're just faking it. You make everybody think that you're 16, 11,
I'm really like 5'8".
Right. Yeah. And I'm really small.
You guys remember this lady right here? This is a face you guys have seen on the channel, what, twice now?
Yep.
Miss Chrislyn calls herself the girl who swirls. Yeah, she does. She didn't come up for VidCon, or she didn't come to VidCon this year, but she came up here to say hi to someone else before me.
This a married motherfucking woman just fraternizing with random ass motherfuckers and putting them on camera. This is what she look how happy she look. Look at this shit.
So she came here to see someone else. I was just kind of an afterthought. So she just came.
She came to see somebody else, but then she just randomly see another motherfucker, white bread, bottom shelf, fucking redneck, you know, hunter gathering looking as Neanderthal. That's what she did.
Always in the
Because you were so anti-VidCon, I was like, well, whatever. She's going to do her thing down at home.
Right.
And I'm going to come up here, but
I won't go there again.
Look at this shit. This is what she was doing. This is what she was doing, Miss Pink Pill. But Lord, this it don't stop. It don't stop here. This is when you know somebody fucking. I want to show y'all this shit. She meet him again on another date. Listen, look at this.
Good morning. Well, actually, good evening. The sun's going down here right now. I'm going to be vlogging today because I'm hanging out with a YouTuber that's here in town visiting. So
now, how the fuck you gonna say that? You met this woman on two goddamn. Now, this may have been the first time. You met this woman multiple fucking times.
you guys are going to get to meet. Just made inside Mandalay Bay, where it's like literally the place you're ever going to hang out at. You guys are going to love it for sure. And we'll see where the rest of the night goes from there, okay?
Yes, we will. Is there going to be drinking involved?
There's alcohol up there.
Look how close she. Look how close. This is a married woman. Look how close she with this man. Look at how they fucking body to body and shit. No motherfucking space in between. No boundaries. This is a married woman. This was 6 years ago. Talking about, is there going to be any drinking involved? Listen to this shit.
I'm down. All right.
Ah, she said she down. I'm down.
So we're chilling here.
Minting.
Yeah, she was
My
pissed.
experience.
She was pissed in this video. I think I saw one other of yours. Like, it was like the day before VidCon, 1 or 2 days before VidCon, and go to VidCon, have fun. I come back, and then one of her videos popped up in my suggestions, and it was her video about VidCon. So I watched her video, and Chris didn't have the best time.
Look how comfortable they with each other. These motherfuckers are rubbing elbow to elbow. She can't stop fucking smiling. This motherfucker said, "Oh, I'm about to give me some chocolate kitty cat tonight." Fetishizing her like it ain't no other fucking day left. Like it's the last day of the world. I'm about to have the time of my life. I know she a freak. Just big time fetishing.
You guys know I had a
did.
blast.
Okay, so I'm so jealous because I was like, I felt like the redheaded stepchild at VidCon, and then I saw that you just got into everything. I think it's because you were white and you're over 6 feet tall.
Probably.
You had that white boy privilege.
I think that's what it was.
Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit?
All I had to do was show up, and it was
You just had to show up, and they're like, "Come on in.
They're
You
like-
look like you own shit."
So we what was I gonna say? So I think after that I commented on that
You
video.
did. And yeah, I was hating your video. You were like partying. I mean, you totally discredited because I was like, "This is so sad." There's just like this sad little party, and you're like, "Woo woo."
Yeah, I'm hanging out with like people like literally some.
Look at this shit. This is what she was doing. Married ass woman meeting random motherfuckers. This is what she was doing, Miss Pink Peel. Married woman. This shit is wild, man. This shit is incredible. Like for real, man. Now I'm about to show this one. Now this one, I don't know how true this is, but this is everybody hates Angel. We all know about this shit. Now listen to this. This nigga Angel Ramirez. Everybody that's been in YouTube know this nigga. She sent this nigga nude pictures. Angel Ramirez. Listen to this shit.
There have been false rumors floating around about an affair between myself and Crystalline Carrison, as well as alleged nude photos being exposed on a particular live stream. I addressed this at the time. I think it was in 2019. I stated the rumors weren't true. I kept it short and sweet. But as with all rumors, people don't necessarily want to believe the truth. Instead, they'd rather believe the lie, which seems more interesting and messy to them. Then in August or September of 2021, there was mention of this so-called affair again by some other YouTuber. So I decided to address it privately on my website. As most of you should know by now, I stream privately on my website, and the passwords to my live streams are placed on my Patreon. So as you can see, I've addressed this issue a few times regarding whether Crystalline Carrison and I had an affair, or if I've even met her in real life. Over the last few days, Crystalline Carrison has gotten involved in a situation where another YouTuber decided to throw my name into the mix, saying something along the lines of, "Don't make me tell the truth about you and Angel." So of course, people who don't know about the situation were being intrigued and curious. And then again, this affair rumor resurfaces all over again. I know these people don't really have an issue with me in particular. They have an issue with Crystalline Carrison.
Oh, Angel. Come on, Angel Ramirez. You wasn't turning down them nude pictures of that smooth chocolate fine ass body when she was giving you all them fucking pics. Them nude when she was pussy popping and dropping it hot for you in them videos and shit. When she was nude and shit, letting you know what was up. You wasn't declining those goddamn pics because you received multiple fucking videos and pics. Stop it.
AKA the pink pill. And to get at her, they throw my name into the mix. Because if Crystalline had an affair with a mixed black man who's pro-black, then it's not really a good look for her as an advocate for interracial relationships. swirling, divestment, BWE, whatever you want to call it these days. It seems the names change every year. So yesterday, I was made aware of a large female YouTuber alluding to something happening between myself and Crystalline. As I stated yesterday and many times before, I do not want to be involved in anyone's drama. Please leave me alone. So long story short, I've never met Crystalline Carrison in person. I've never had any emotional or physical sexual interactions with her. None whatsoever. I wish people would leave me out of her issues with her. And it's not like people can say, well, you should have addressed this before and set the record clean. Firstly, it was a BS rumor. Why give credence to something I know is ridiculous and false? And most importantly of all, I did.
Why are you responding, brother? If it's not true, why are you giving it this attention? And you stopped doing YouTube for a while. Then you come back. This shit is crazy, man. So I'm gonna show another guy she was with. That's the same goddamn guy. Man. The Angel Ramirez thing was something that got a lot of heat. But I'm gonna just let that shit go. This shit is crazy, man. And this shit is this is what she was doing, man. Like Crystalline Carrison was on some shit. She was on some bullshit. She was on some shit. And that guy that she was fucking with loved to mess with black women. He loved it. Shit is crazy, man. But this is what she was doing. But y'all taking advice from that. Now let's get to the last one. This to me is the least entertaining of them all because these niggas here, Black Pill, these are some depressed Negroes who lazy and don't want to see the end of the rainbow. They just want to just consume and nothing. Just want to complain and pessimistic. The most pessimistic motherfuckers on earth. Now listen to this shit. Simple strategy for Black Pillars to get a girlfriend. Listen to this shit.
There was this time I admit in my life where I was kind of like going down this dark rabbit hole of like this Black Pillar mindset. It was only a short period in my life. It was probably about a year before I met Bree, maybe like 2010, 2011. I remember it was Valentine's Day and I was so bummed out, bro. And just all these negative thoughts. At that point, I was just bumming myself out because I just kept thinking about it all day. I remember I was like on Facebook or Instagram or something at the time. And all I saw was just my friends out on all these dates, right? And my friends, they weren't like negative dudes necessarily, but they did have like some degenerate values and characteristics. Yet when I was kind of seeing them on social media, like they all had girlfriends and I was just sitting at home spending Valentine's Day with like my mom. Like I love my mom, bro, but that's not how I want to be spending my Valentine's Day. And during this time, like it was a little dark.
This is Black. Notice when Black Pillars talk about things going, they always think in terms of darkness. You know, things are fucking gloomy, negative.
And this is something I always wanted. I wanted to have a girlfriend, dude. And I just felt like I wasn't good enough. And this was obviously during a time where the whole Black Pill term didn't even exist yet. But I did have like these similar thoughts like, bro, how do I compete with like this 6'2" Giga Chad? Actually, at the time, bro, my best friend was 6'2" and he had blonde hair, blue eyes, really good looking guy.
If you worry about yourself and quit worrying about the 6'2" buff guy, because not all women look for the same thing, goofy.
Everywhere we went, bro, the girls would literally like chase this dude down. And like, don't get me wrong, I was happy for him, but at the same time, I was like, bro, like, I want that dude. Like, dang, how do I do what he's doing? How do I get what he's got? And in my head, I was just like, kind of like, well,
get your ass in the gym. But not all women are looking for that, goofy. And that's the problem with you Negroes with poor social skills. Women are attracted to different things from different guys.
Obviously, you know, I can never measure up to a dude like that. So maybe this is just kind of how my life is going to be. But the great thing about my...
Now, you see how extreme Just because you didn't measure up to another, not thinking about what the women want, you just worried about trying to be like the next guy.
My friend, his name was Roger, was that he didn't let me slide. He didn't let me dam up and go hide away. There was absolutely no excuses in his book. And so the first thing he did was he started taking me to the gym. He started showing me how to take care of my face, you know, my skincare regimen, my hairstyle. He's the first guy who actually told me that I need to start shaving my balls. And he just really stepped up to the plate for me. Like, he became that.
This nigga grown ass man don't know to shave his balls. Hold on, wait. I gotta play that shit again. This nigga said, this man told me to shave my balls. This is a motherfucking incel. Hold on, man. I gotta play this shit again, man. Hold on. This shit is funny as fuck. This nigga says man told him to shave his balls, man. Hold on.
Roger, was that he didn't let me slide. He didn't let me dam up and go hide away. There was absolutely no excuses in his book. And so the first thing he did was he started taking me to the gym. He started showing me how to take care of my face, you know, my skincare regimen, my hairstyle. He's the first guy who actually told me that I need to start shaving my balls. And
This is some funny shit. This nigga didn't even know how to fucking. This nigga don't know shit about grooming. You needed another man to tell you as a fucking adult. Nigga, your father failed you. And any man that was in your life failed you. This nigga didn't even know to shave. Nigga. Nigga, you could have learned that from porn. Damn, somebody came up and they left. Let me send the link back out. I don't know what happened. This is some funny shit. Let me continue.
he just really stepped up to the plate for me. Like, he became that older brother that I never really had. And he really pushed me. He didn't allow me to feel bad for myself, which was exactly what I needed to become the man who I am today. Not saying that I'm like this straight 10 out of 10 Giga Chad that all you guys need to follow, but I'm way farther along than I was when I first started, obviously. And as most of you know, I got married to an absolutely beautiful, gorgeous, amazing girl, Bree. Today's actually our 8-year anniversary, so thumbs up for your boy. I know a lot of you are probably thinking, Dre, today's your anniversary. Why the frick are you filming videos? Actually, we just celebrated just a couple days ago.
I'm sorry, man. This dude is getting fleeced. This woman is with him for probably money or because of whatever. I know he married, but this nigga, like, this guy here, I don't know. He seems very spooky, creepy, and I see why women wouldn't date him.
Vegas, and then we're gonna be celebrating again tomorrow. Like, I have a special day planned for her tomorrow, so hey, don't freaking judge me, bro. So anyways, bro, check it out. Now, I wanted to make this video because I feel like this whole black pill mentality has like that in our lives, like I did, right? We go through like a little dark time because we're in an awkward stage, or we never got out of that awkward stage. You know, we see, especially now in these days, bro, with all these Tinder apps and all these dating apps and stuff, you just see all these girls hooking up with the best looking guys, and we look all around us and the world's just totally upside down. And if you're not up to par with the type of men that you see all over Instagram and all these like models.
Why do this fool think that every woman looking for this muscular Adonis? Like, who told him this? Every woman is not looking for no jacked up ass man. Like, dude, that's what you're doing, is projecting what you want to look like and think other women want the same shit when they don't. This is some crazy shit. But I'm gonna play a little bit more, and then we're gonna go into talk.
Model looking Giga Chads and stuff. It's a dark kind of time for a lot of dudes out there, but I really want to give you guys some serious hope. This whole black pillar mindset, it's just, when you get into it, it's dangerous territory, bro. It's one thing to have a little dark season in your life like I did, but when you let it continue to grow and you don't make certain kind of changes in your life, yes, you can just keep going deeper and deeper into this rabbit hole where eventually you become a part of that whole black pill community, which, hey, look, once you're a part of that kind of community, once you have that mindset, you really do cap yourself off. There's really nothing you can do at that point. So, hey, look, if you feel like you have that black pillar.
See, This is why I'm playing this shit, because these Negroes think they got the answer, and really, this shit is toxic and counterproductive in real life. It's counterproductive. What's up?
Yes, it is.
What's up, Mike Bone? What's up, Chaos Rain? What's up, players?
Man, I gotta say, these guys in these spaces are the most socially awkward dudes I've ever met. If it wasn't for social media, I would have not known what these dudes are. I mean, I was even on the panel with Bernard Riley, right? And I talked to him about the real reality situation of dealing with reparations. He didn't want to hear that. I even told the man that y'all don't want to learn how to control your own communities, your social, political, economic structures in your own city, state, county communities. And then Bernard Riley said, well, my bone, there are some places where black people control that. I said, Bernard, I'm talking about the reality situation. Most places, they ain't doing that. They're so focused on drinking the Kool-Aid, the social media Kool-Aid. They don't care about the reality of the situation. They get in these social media spaces to escape from reality. Because reality is too hard for them to deal with.
But reality
it's too hard.
Reality. You can't escape reality. You can escape from it, but you still have to deal with it one way or the other. And
that's right.
That's the truth. What's up, Chaos? What's up, Chaos Rain?
What's good, man? What's good? Hey, man, you know I'm monetized, man, on YouTube.
Yeah, I know. I saw you. You let me know.
Oh, congratulations, Chaos.
Congratulations, brother.
Congratulations, bro.
Yeah. The relationships aspects, and that's why I don't really focus on content and do like solely on relationships, because it's very, I don't say subjective, but it varies for every person. But I find it intriguing that people that go about and make content solely in relationships, they get more attention. But when you look at behind closed doors, they don't have no receipt of any sustainable success. I mean, if you gain and you kind of divorce, okay, but there's no actual true success because no one can see them. You're talking about relationships. You can't see your mate or anything. You're pushing these things. Marriage, all this. Well, no one can see the person you married. You get me? People gotta see visual of some that you've gone through this. And if you're in now, they want to see that there's success and failure. That's how I make it more transparent if you're solely devoting your content and your channel on relationships. If you always see the good and never the bad, or even point as you don't see, let's say a person married, we don't see your husband, and say we're private. Well, you're pushing relationships. We gotta see the outcome because now you're putting something in the limelight to be criticized.
Right, definitely.
I mean, think about it, because I think one time on one of your videos, I don't know if it's still on your channel, how they say they doxed your wife, right? Correct?
Yes, they did.
Okay, now you show a small image of your wife on your channel, correct? I don't know if it's still on your channel, right?
Yeah, after the math, yeah.
Yeah. Now, if I can remember, your wife looks nice, very good, you know? But at times you didn't want to do that, but they force you to do this.
No, they didn't force me to do it. I chose to do it.
Okay.
I didn't have to do anything. I chose to do that myself.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, the point is this, that, you know, you're in the relationship arena now, and regardless how the outcome is, we could see that, you know, you're talking proof. You show the pictures, one besides the kids, but we see your wife, so okay. Enough said. And not only that, you're just starting to do this. It's not like you really want to say, I'm just going to put my hat in it. You eventually made yourself put your hat in it because of how you see the outcome of a lot of these relationship gurus that's been scamming.
Very much.
And they had one chick on here that I think she did time in jail, and I covered this on my channel. Like, was it 2?
Yeah, that was the chick that was part of the what's that girl? The lady
Level Up? Is that Level Up shit?
Yeah, the Level Up with She-Ra. She was a friend of She-Ra 7, and she ended up because she scammed money from some white people.
Yeah, and She-Ra was pushing this woman.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, say, y'all guys taking pointers to one, but do you know she was involved with a friend that scammed people and real estate at a total over $30,000 to more $1,000?
Right.
But people will never know that because they're not looking thoroughly in the internet. Yeah, we know her name is Michaela, and now she changed her channel a little bit.
Michaela Pink was her name.
She went out of her way to change the channel a little bit in regards to her new shift of direction, but she was forced to do that because the jig was up. And the funny thing about that, people that was close to her started creating distance, and they went on to other platforms. Because I'm not sure if she also does the content on YouTube. I doubt it now. She probably on another avenue that is more relevant, like TikTok, which all the young people are putting out all their weirdness on there. You hear the vitriol from the men's side, you hear it from the women's side. I mean, people know what I'm talking about. It's like, my God, even the one dude that said that he's going to threaten to hurt people because they don't accept his transition from, I guess, women to men.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, we're going. Yeah, right. So let me go to Faith. What's up, Faith? How you doing, baby?
Hey, what's up, D?
What's up, baby?
What's up, Mr. Who is this on the channel? Macbone and Chaos.
Hey, Faith, how you doing? Yes.
You know what? I don't have a problem necessarily with people being divorced or not married, not even married, giving relationship advice, but they have to have experience.
Right.
If you know what I mean. So if you are a divorced person, first of all, the divorce could not have been a bad divorce where you were like Derek Jackson level horrible.
Right.
Because I can't take you seriously.
Right.
But if the marriage ended on primarily decent terms, it was just maybe, you guys just weren't a good fit, or, it was just something else, then I can get it, because the longevity still stands. And it's the same thing with people who have been in long-term relationships.
Right.
If you've been in a long-term relationship, but the relationship just didn't work out because you were not compatible, that doesn't mean that you're bad at a relationship and you can't give advice. It just means that, you couldn't stay in that relationship and it was smarter you to get out of it.
Yeah.
So,
I
I can take advice from people like this, but the people I cannot take advice from are cheaters,
right,
liars,
right,
people that are manipulative, gold diggers, people that want to be sugar babies. The list.
Remember, I haven't heard this guy in a while. You remember the General?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is he still on YouTube?
Yes.
The General been married 5 fucking times, and he thinks.
Wow.
I'm like, sorry, man. Look, I'm like, brother. Look, I'm sorry. Look, I can get if you had one divorce. Let's say you was married 10, 15 years, didn't work, you married again. But when you've been married 5 times, I'm sorry, your track record is not as such where you should be telling people how they should function in a marriage. I'm sorry. You've been married 5 times in the last 30 years.
Right. And how did those marriages end? That's the most important thing.
I can tell you how they ended. Red pill. That's how they ended. Because of the
yeah. It's sort of like that. It's sort of like that with Iyanla Vanzant, who's been divorced a few times. How can she fix someone's life when she can't even fix her own life?
Okay,
she can't fix her own life.
That is true, and I'm gonna say this, and I didn't really have criticism of her until she divorced this last guy, and she divorced this guy because she said that the guy didn't love her the way she felt she needed to be loved, and I'm like, are you serious? That's the reason why you got a divorce? Because you failed to communicate and open up the door to what you wanted? Like how? This man probably loved you the way he felt that he know how to love. If you feel like a man is not loving you the way you, that's you have to open up that communication and let him know that.
Right.
You cannot. And my position is this, man. I understand that love should be a big part of a marriage, but love is not. There's other things that are to me almost equally as important. I mean, I'm all for people loving each other. But this whole thing about thinking like you're going to love someone equally throughout the duration of the marriage is that's not realistic. you're gonna have some up and downs with love. You know, that love can be at a height sometimes, it can go down based on what's going on in the marriage, how y'all getting along. And I have issues with people divorcing just on the mere fact of love alone. Because to me, that's other things that relationship provides outside of love. I'm not saying that you shouldn't love a person, but when you say something like, well, he didn't love me the way I wanted to be loved, I'm like, wait a minute, you was with this man for like 8 years. It took you 8 years to realize he didn't love you the way. I mean, I just had issues with that. And so I know her first marriage, she married the guy, but she made a lot of changes in her life. And when she made those changes, you know, they didn't get along because she basically developed into a new person. I get that. But the second and the third, I'm like, come on, Iyanla. Like, you're obviously, you're not easy to get along with long term. That's what they told me. Now, you all may think, but that's what I got from it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not easy. And to be honest with you, a lot of people that don't stay married, they're not easy to get along with. They're not easy to get along with, and they don't know how to resolve short-term problems. That's what I've seen consistently, professionally, and just throughout life. They're quick to just give up on somebody, not understanding that person also has flaws. That person also has things that need to work on. They don't show any patience. They're not willing to, you know, I'm like, this is stuff you're supposed to do. If you want to be with somebody for the rest of your life, you have to show these type of things. Nobody is going to be perfect. Now,
and communicate.
And she didn't communicate with this man about what she wanted from him. She just expected this man, he's supposed to know how to love me the way I want to, when that means something different for everyone. That means that's something different. But what works for one woman does not work for the other woman. Like, I mean, I'm saying, like, and to me, the big thing, and I didn't want to bring this up, but Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey be talking about no goddamn relationship. Like, I'm sorry, Steve. And to be honest with you, my position, his first wife was the one that really loved him. And he left that once he got the bag. And to me, you have not survived that first marriage. That woman loved you when you had less than $5 in your pocket. And she was with you when you couldn't pay bills, when you was up there traveling, going to other different little comedy clubs, getting paid $100 a night and shit and stuff like that. That lady stuck to you. And the minute you got a bag, you left this woman for another woman that you went. I'm sorry. Your track record, you shouldn't think like a man. And no, women should think like women, not think like a man.
But not only that, but he left her for her friend. That was her friend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's some low down shit. That is some low down shit. I'm sorry. You know, and then you with Marjorie now, who we all know about. Everybody knows about the bullshit Marjorie been through and her track record.
Right.
Yeah, she was definitely the lesser class of woman.
Wow.
But I'm like, Steve, you left this woman, man. That woman, and I seen videos of her talking about how Steve left her high and dry. And this woman gave her all of this man and lifted him up, supported him. And soon as he got the bag, he left. And that speaks to the character of Steve.
But my question is, how long was he messing around with his wife's friend before he bounced?
Yeah, that's to me, when he started getting that money, when that money started coming, and I'm gonna be honest, I've seen a lot of men do this kind of shit, and I don't understand it. Like, I've seen men, like I got one example. I know a guy, his wife was more successful than him for about 10, 12 years. He tried to get businesses, it failed. Then he started working. He stopped trying to do business. And then he decided to go back and do a business, right? And the business became successful. And this woman invested her time and money trying to help him with these businesses that failed. And finally he get one that passed, that actually becomes successful. In 2 to 3 years, he left it.
Who are you talking about?
This is something I seen personally. Nah, this ain't something that's. I'm talking about real life shit. And I've seen
Real
this,
time.
I've seen this happen with many men getting a certain level of success. This happens with social media, not social media, with people in entertainment business all the time. Once they get that first break, they get that contract, they get this money, they divorce the person that helped them along the way. That shit is despicable. Like, and then you wonder why you curse in relationships after that. Because you had the right person. You allowed money to change you. You allowed other people to come into your circle. You know, and you're a different person.
And then you listen to other people about your mate. They're dirty macking because they want the spot.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. And so my position is, I'm sitting here like, be blessed and thankful with what you have. Quit thinking the grass is green on the other side, because it's not. And you need to be grounded and humble and enjoy the fruits of your labor with the person that helped you get there. Not with somebody. Now, like Steve, his second wife and his third wife, they didn't help Steve get. They caught he already made it once he met them. They didn't go through the trials and tribulations of his first wife. They don't I'm not gonna say they don't respect them, but they don't have the sweat equity in it. Like,
they don't have any skin in the game.
Yeah, they seeing the aftermath. Steve already made it by the time he got to Marjorie. If it wasn't Marjorie, it'd been another woman. And see, that's what Steve.
So those last two came for the results, not for the work.
Facts. And he want to sit there and say, like, because everybody talking, you know, the interview he had with Shannon Sharp, saying that his wife, when he got with his wife, then all of a sudden he got this contract or this. No, I'm like, Negro, you was already Steve. You was getting those contracts without her.
But that's the reason why I can kind of understand and commiserate with that lady that played that character in Acrimony. I don't know if you guys watched that movie.
I've seen that movie. Yes, I've seen that
but
movie.
I was really on her side. I was like, wait a minute, this Negro, you gave him all your inheritance, spent all them years where he refused to work. You had 2-3 jobs while he was at home working, messing around with this machine.
Right.
Then he almost messed up your brother-in-law's business.
Right.
And then he finally hits it big and turns around and says, you know, he's with his other woman now.
But he gave her $12 million.
And no, you know.
Come on, Faye.
That's been interesting. Yeah, $12 million. That's
she got $12 million, and the judge said he was more than generous. Now I get what you're talking about, because it wasn't about the money with her. And I get now I really believe that he was wrong for leaving her. You know, but because he basically was a lowlife for like what, 20 years?
Yeah, like 20 years of her life, and he's the reason why she couldn't have children.
Yeah, he actually drove that woman crazy. He really did. He really did, because the fact of the matter, he was deceptive at the beginning because he used her for money and all kinds of other shit for trying to do that project that he had, and
the invention of the machine. Yeah, that invention.
He even though I get that he was committed to making that thing work, but my position is you sacrifice your relationship on that. Like you actually destroyed this woman's mindset. Like she's struggling working at hotels and all this other shit. Like, sorry, man, I can't look past it. Yeah.
Lost her ability to have children too, and not to mention all the years she lost. $12 million was not enough. He should have gave her money for every year he wasted her time.
I don't know how much that was gonna get.
$1 million for every year.
I don't know.
I remember the scene in the movie where he had a chance to make money off the machine, to pay help to pay the bills and everything. And he turned it down.
Yeah, he turned it,
and it really messed up. Yeah.
The problem. This was the problem. He could have had an adequate job with his education skill and worked on that thing at the same time, and he chose not to. And to me, I'm gonna tell her, you sat there and allowed him to do that shit. You could have been divorced. I would have, if that was my daughter, I would have told my daughter, listen, if you need to sit down and talk to him about his lack of doing whatever. And I understand he got this goal of doing stuff, but you can't do that to sacrifice taking care of your family, particularly if you're the man. If you feel like you can't live under these circumstances, you need to move on with your life. Because obviously this man, you and him are not on the same path of what y'all think like should turn out. If you feel like you don't want to, why should you subject yourself to working way harder than him?
Exactly. And you're right. She does need to take responsibility, but D-Rail, this dude was really, she had a mental problem and he picked up on it. He picked up on it and then peep how fast he swooped in after he found out she had that inheritance.
Right.
Exactly. Then she bought him that car. I'm like, man, nah.
She was, when she got that life, man, she actually had enough money. Because when she was in college, she quit college, right? She had a house that was paid for in about $300,000 in life insurance. She should have been set. If you had with a paid for a house and about $300,000, you should have had. You could have got you a decent job, and you could have parlayed on that the rest of your life, almost.
Right.
You could have been comfortable, but she gave the money to him and let him. He spent it up on all that stuff he was doing, and then she ended up going broke and had to go work all these jobs. But I mean, at some point, I get it. To me, I get why she should have felt that way, because she gave her heart and soul to this man, and what she wanted was him. It wasn't about the money. She wanted him, and he really did take advantage of her. But they both had, like that was hard. But I'm just saying, that was my daughter. I would have told her to leave. If he,
with an engineering degree, he could have got a pretty good job, while working on the machine. It's just, didn't make no sense.
He could have gotten a good job, making $70,000, $80,000, maybe $90,000 a year while working on that shit on the weekend.
Right.
But he chose, this is mine. I'm gonna let you work and bust your butt. And women not designed for that. You're not designed to be working like that. And that's why she felt the way she went crazy, because she put in all of that to make their relationship work, and he didn't. He just sat there in the house beating on some machine to make it work, and that was a problem. So I get it. I get it why she happened, but at some point, man, you got to look at the mirror and be like, why am I still in this?
Yeah, I think the money and the memory should have went hand in hand.
Okay.
Hey, speaking of swirling, you remember that movie by Tyler Perry called The Family That Prays?
Mm-hmm.
And you remember that warning that the mama gave to her? She said, I don't know what type of reality you're living in, but that man is not going to leave his wife. And you're going to be going to a very dark place. And then she said she's going to enjoy the ride, all the way. Yes, and the dude's friend told him, he said, man, they've been talking behind your back and laughing at you, because he had enough of his wife. Said, no. He said, you better get your sister. He said, ain't nobody trying to be a Mr. Cartwright. You too busy being his lap to even realize that.
Right.
And like he told his wife, I know you're in a hurry to want me to get into business with you, but hey, we finally paid our bills. Can we just chill for a minute? We finally paid the bills off. Can you just chill for a minute?
She was all out of line. She had a baby for the man and had money, had over $200,000. He was disrespect. She didn't respect him at all. I actually saw that movie because I hadn't seen it in years, but I saw it like
You know, the thing that was surprising when the guy tried to take the business from my mom, and they was trying to find out what the company was. It was that lady's best friend, the daughter of the woman, the mother of the woman that's cheating on the white dude. You know, the husband and everything.
Yeah.
And the old lady said, "Okay, I know you up to something, but you tried me. I'm gonna nail your ass to the wall, to the wall." And he didn't know that black lady was her best friend and trusted her with that stuff. I mean, it was just amazing. You know,
it wasn't just a black woman. It was that homeless guy that black woman was taking care
yeah, the
of.
homeless guy. That's about to mention. Yeah, he was the guy that was fired by the son when he was up there on that ego trip. Yeah, but see, he was the one that gave that black lady investment advice to help her save the company. Yes.
Right.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
he did that. He was homeless and shit, and you know, they cleaned him up, and you know, they cleaned him up and allowed him to, you know, get back to himself and stuff. She always fed him and all that kind of stuff. But like the other white dude was at the board and said, "Wait a minute, Robert, that you?" I mean, dude took his class. So wait a minute, Robert, that's you? Right.
Yeah. I mean, didn't even recognize the guy. He took his class. I said, "Wait a minute, Robert, that's you?" Yeah, that's Robert.
But my thing is, you know, looking at it, there's a lot of people, and I'm saying, like, there's a lot of people in these spaces giving advice on relationships. You just saw with Bernard Riley and Hood Servitor. Hood Servitor is one of the most ignorant Negroes you can ever find on YouTube. And this Negro talking about, you know, you don't need therapy, and what you mean express your feelings to a woman, and why I can't just hold it in, and I like, man, like, but you got Bernard Riley got anywhere between 800 to 1,000 people watching him every day to listen to that kind of BS. And I'm like, you know, this shit is crazy, man. These people really think this stuff.
Hey, you know who brought Bernard Riley up, right?
Yeah, Obsidian.
Old man, Obsidian.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember the first time I've been on the panel with Obsidian, and this was on the Breakdown Woman's Perspective. And when my niece was up there hearing me be on the panel, she asked, "Uncle Lee, who's that cartoon character you talked to?" "No, honey, that's Obsidian." I said, "Really?" "Yeah, that's dude." That's dude. That's the dude. And you know the thing about it, I remember me and Sly was on the panel with Lil Big Nate on the Rage the Bad Guys channel.
Oh Lord,
no, it was funny. Little Big Nate was hollering. I said, "Dude, what you hollering for? Ain't no black one on this panel, bro. What you hollering for?" And me and Sly were laughing, man. It's like, man.
He's another one that tried to talk about relationships. He's trying to tell black women how to act. And you don't talk about that. You got a divorce. And, you know, he prided himself on he got the kids. But the oldest daughter left him. She couldn't stand living with him and went and lived with her mama when she became of age. Like, dude, you are crazy. Little Big Nate got mental health issues. Big time. And I'm like, who wants to live with you when you yelling and hollering, losing your temper? I mean, that lady left for a reason. You won't talk about the reason she left.
Yeah. You know what would be really funny? If they come up with me to one of these clubs in Dallas, man. I want to see how they try to talk to women. I just want to have a laugh about it, because there was a guy that asked me on the panel. He said, "Matt Bone, what would you do if you was over there at one of Manfield's meetup?" "Oh, I'll just come in with a big bucket of popcorn to get entertained." I get entertained real good. Yeah. Because it's like, you know, these guys, man, they are some of the most social awkward dudes I ever met. I mean, I'm there thinking, let's see how they act in the real world. Let's see how real their social skills are that they be talking about. Because that red pill midtown stuff don't work. I mean, it's just, I mean, it's like they want female robots instead of dealing with like real females for some reason.
They want Stafford wives.
Stafford wives.
Yeah, that's what they want.
Yeah.
No woman is really gonna go for their program unless they're getting paid. Like, you really have to have some good money for that. Like, oh man, he shows up at the Manosphere meetup, and with what I suspect is his nurse. That's his
brown
nurse.
Sugar. Brown Sugar.
Stop, baby.
Yeah.
No, I know a lot of women that work in that industry. Brown
Yes.
sugar is she's called brown sugar for a reason. She's a CNA, and you know how I go. I'm a CNA, but I'm really selling,
Right.
Certified nurses assistants. Oh yeah.
They do a little extra something for extra couple of $100 a shift. They don't get paid that much.
You know, like Game Changer saying that lady in the Dominican Republic was the tour guide. No, she was the prostitute, not the tour guide.
Probably so.
Yeah, I mean,
but the thing about it,
man,
advice, man, these guys like Edward Anderson, man, notorious for crying and whining about black women. Man, can't believe she treated me like this. She should have been that black bitch. I'm like, man, it's just the vitriol, man. I'm like, guys, what is? And then the thing about it,
wasn't Edward Anderson's stepdad a Pookie?
I don't know what he was. He looked like a Pookie, to be honest. You know, he looking dusty, not shaven, never shaved, looking like he got, in a little raggedy car talking and doing videos. He looked like a Pookie. But it was a guy.
I heard that he washes his mama auntie's butt too. Edward Anderson. That's what I heard.
Damn.
That he I heard.
I don't know what to say. But it was a guy
I don't know neither, man.
On Chaos Reign channel a couple of days ago, referencing Edward Anderson like he a philosopher. I ain't say nothing. I wanted to go in, but I was like, nah, I'm feeling because I'm on somebody's platform. Man, he kept on saying, well, Edward Anderson said that the marketplace, a black man is like this, and the white woman and the black woman is seen. And I'm looking at this like, I just let it like he referenced Edward Anderson like 5 times. And I just wow. Like this Negro looked up to Edward Anderson like Edward Anderson is a guide to his life. And he couldn't have been no more than maybe about in his mid to late 20s. I'm like, man, this is the danger of listening to this stuff.
The thing about these guys on social media, this is like their last ditch effort for fame before they pass away into the old folks home for some reason. It's like, but see, they don't understand that there's YouTube fame and then there's mainstream media fame. Totally different. But a lot of these dudes, man, got that confused.
Yeah,
I mean,
they actually think Kevin Samuel was mainstream famous. When he was not mainstream, but they actually think he was. I find that like very funny. Like, really, y'all think Kevin?
No, he had a lot of celebrities that acknowledged him, but they couldn't take him with them mainstream because the stuff that he said was too radical for mainstream.
Yeah,
he was never going to be mainstream.
Yeah, red pill and mainstream do not mix because mainstream media caters to mostly women. So if they was invite that red pill in their mainstream media frame, no, they would lose money, and they can't allow that to happen. You can't do that.
They lose their credibility.
Yeah, they lose the money, credibility, and stock options. They wasn't gonna let that happen.
Right. Because, man, they got people, man. They like the dude never mentioned the Manosphere when he made it, and they don't care.
Yeah.
Kevin Samuel never said, "Oh, I'm representing the."
Here's another funny thing. Yeah, here's another funny thing about the Manosphere. This lady named Just Pearly. It's been revealed that she's dating a fat black dude with 2 children.
Yeah.
So she's the female version of Obsidian now. Since Obsidian is dating a stepmother with 2 kids, she's the stepmama. So she's sitting right here with the Manosphere.
He's doing YouTube too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's real funny. I mean, like that stylist, really had her dressed like a trash bag, and then the stylist was just doing that to just make fun of her and troll her.
Yeah.
It was just like
they all making money, so they doing their
thing. It is what it is.
Right. So I can't hate them for that, but that's like the biggest story right now with them and all the stuff.
Yeah.
My biggest. Oh, I'm sorry.
Now go ahead.
No, I was going to say that my biggest problem with these people coming online with this relationship advice is that they're delusional. Like
Right.
in the real world, you know, in America, they don't allow you to just sit at home on your laurels while your man
Nope.
works. This day and age, it takes two incomes. So if
That's
you got to
right.
work and if I got to work, when I get home, I'm not cooking nothing because I went
That's
out
what it
there and I
is.
worked just as hard as you. So we
Right.
gonna do this thing together. You gonna do something and I'm gonna do something. Either you cook or I'm gonna cook, or I cook and you clean. But hey, we not gonna put all this work on me because I work just as hard as you. And that is the
Teamwork.
reality. That's the
Teamwork.
reality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it ain't gonna be no submission
Right.
every night or have sex whenever you want to either. No, because if I work
Right. Right.
and I had to come home and cook,
You
Yeah.
doing a hard boy.
no, you better
I mean, she's
take my
right. It is what
days
it
off.
is.
You better take
She's
them
right. It is
days
what it
off
is.
and be happy.
Dang, man.
Yeah.
That's a hard deal.
I mean, it is what it is.
Well,
You know. I mean, Faith,
Yeah,
you
but
got a lot of
Mhm.
black couples that run businesses too, like that upstanding couple in Houston, the restaurant where that stupid black broad walked through the restaurant naked because of the dress code. That's
Oh
that's
yeah.
the husband and wife, yeah. And see, that's why I admire. They both stood up against that, saying, "No, you ain't gonna be allowed in there because you going against the dress code."
yeah, but the
That's
turkey
that's to do with standards. Yeah,
the turkey leg hood got a lot of problems, man. They got
yeah.
stuff with a wholesale company. They claim that they owe them over $1 million.
Oh man, that's messed up.
I actually ate over there about 2 months ago. I went over there on a
Okay.
Saturday for me and my family and stuff. It's a
Yeah.
great product. I mean, if you come to Houston, that's definitely a place you want to go to. But you know, they got their issues.
Yeah, a good friend of mine, LAR Movement, is in Houston. You know, I just moved to Dallas about 2 years ago from Little Rock, Arkansas myself. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, that guy named Ernest Green, he's a good friend of the Bailey Urban family. You know, so rich history over there. But like, man, Dallas is off the chain because it's a trip. You know,
Right.
but like when I try to be on panels and explain to these guys the reality, I tell them that authentic masculinity, real manhood, is not a red pill thing nor a blue pill thing. It's a reality thing. It's a real world thing. Dealing with real things in real time. And a lot of these guys in the manosphere don't understand that because I told them the key word in manosphere is man. But these guys would rather be effeminate, weak, and ineffective males for some reason.
Yeah.
They want to talk more. They want to talk more about the problem instead of talking more about the common sense, wise, and practical solutions to the problems. Because I asked them, do you really understand the political foundation of why it is the way it is? You know, do you really know your history about how we got here? Certain people in power didn't want another dynamic of men to have power, so they did what they did with all these welfare programs, feminism programs.
Hello?
I don't hear him anymore. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. We good. So I'm gonna let him straighten up whatever. I don't know if something happened.
I think it was like my Wi-Fi for a minute, but I fixed it.
Okay.
But like, just like they used feminism back in the day to divide black men and black women, now they're using this red pill mythos stuff to divide black men and black women again. It's the same playbook. And a lot of these goopy dudes don't see that. Like I talked to them about reparations. I said, you got to understand the political reality of the situation. They already showed you that they're not going to give it to you by the way they're treating these illegals. They're giving these illegals carte blanche, free housing in black neighborhoods in Chicago and other major cities, free education, room and board at certain black universities and colleges, HBCUs, all this other stuff. And I had to talk with Sly about this. I said, hey, if you ain't ready to understand and engage in warfare and ready to, bust some graves or shed blood to get what you demand for these folks, you don't need to talk about reparations unless you really did deal with the real deal concerning this. You're dealing with men. Yeah.
I have
Yes.
told so many people over and over again,
Yeah.
these illegals are not our friends.
They show
Black
not.
people always want this black brown coalition. They have this fantasy, and they'll even say that they just like us.
No,
They're
not.
black too.
You want to really know real answer why black people accept everybody else, even illegals, because the illusion of inclusion that a lot of black people want to have and assimilate with people that are not black. So by gearing and vouching for these people illegals, it gets them one step closer into the bedroom with them.
But
So
that has never worked, though.
erase their blackness.
That has
Exactly, chaos.
This is what I've noticed. Because think about it. The government already knows that black people accept anything that doesn't look like them. So if they start saying, we're just going to bring more illegals, and to the moment say, well, this is a good thing, because now I could easily expand my genetic pool into some other group of people, and eventually this system will be favored to us. And for God's sake,
But that has never happened, though.
I know, but that's the think of the normal think of most Negroes subconsciously. But we all know the system says otherwise. Even when Joe Biden got elected, he said that you want something, go straight to these legals to get something. We're not got enough for you, Negroes. And he said,
That's the thing about in Dallas, I met a lot of Latinos that got Anglo-Saxon names. I asked one dude, you ever want to call yourself David? What's wrong with Diego or Esteban? What's wrong with that? What would your
they want to assimilate.
That's white. They're white.
Yeah, assimilate. Yeah.
Do you know? Oh, wait, since we have this conversation, do you know that a few of these that Mexicans are aligned with neo-Nazis? And
of course,
white supremacists?
Nick Fuentes.
Right? Yeah. And I know this dude was part Mexican. This guy says Italian. And I said, boy, you're a whole mutt. And you're talking all this craziness. One dude committed some deletion just the other day in Texas, and he was referring his inspire him, which is that Pearl chick and that no good bastard racist Nick Fuentes. And the media is extra hard to not even cover that.
Well, I've seen you. Y'all know I've seen you interview Nick Fuentes, which I didn't understand that.
No, and your funny thing when he did that, that's when it happened. Let me tell you something. Black men better be fucking careful. Listen to me. You better not have, if you're going to interview these racists, you better be very cautious because they could point two fingers on your black ass. Because they're not putting these motherfuckers out in Front Street. They're going to use black people, especially black men, as that scapegoat.
Of course. Canary in the coal mine.
But what kills me is a lot of these red pill passport brothers, they'll sit up here and accept all types of things that they say that they wouldn't accept off black women, off non-black women, just simply because they're not black. All of a sudden, all the stuff that they don't have no patience with black women for, they got all the patience and time in the world with these other women.
That's crazy.
Because the end game is to get rid of the blackness. You get me? If I with these people, I can't get no closer to them sexually, and I will never absorb into them. So the best thing is to play the game and let them know that I'm not fretting. So it gives me the possibility, greater access to them. And this not applied to men. This also applies to some ladies. You know this, Faith. Why they won't say certain things about certain non-black males. Because they do that, it cuts them the possibility of access for anything of seriousness, connection.
They living in delusion. That's what they're doing.
Like I told them, y'all want real women. Y'all want real women, but you ain't got the nerve to be a real man. And then you up there talking mess behind the avatar. Want to cam up when you up there talking mess about other folks, but you won't cam up when the time calls for it. So how can anybody take you seriously?
Not only that, I can't take them seriously because their relationships with these non-black women are not lasting. They don't work.
Of course.
But they'll never talk about that. I'm like, how many of y'all getting married to these women y'all claim,
But let's be honest. It's never about marriage, man. It's always about gaining access, man. They can't.
It's about the green card. It's about the green card.
You can't do Pookie. Listen. We all know
Mhm.
one of the biggest issues.
Right.
A lot of black men complain about Pookie and Ray, but behind closed doors, you want to engage in Pookie and Ray behavior in the soil, but you can't because women not giving you, unfortunately, the access you want. So you go outside the country and you engage in Pookie Ray over there. As lived vicariously of Pookie and Ray Ray.
Pookie and Ray Ray. That's crazy.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, like I explained to those guys, the reason why Pookie is attracted to Bunquisha and vice versa in the first place is because they're both dysfunctional. They're attracted to it.
Exactly.
You know.
Well, guys, I'm about to go ahead and call it a night. Any last words?
Man, Deidre, you kind of messed up things. I was gonna go live, but I saw you live, so I say, fuck it, I'll do it another day, man. I'm gonna go live, man.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Well, as always, D, great topic. Enjoyed the discussion. You made a lot of great points, especially in your monologue. You know, you killing it. And just keep up the good work, my man.
Appreciate it. Any last
Yeah.
words?
Well, you know, I appreciate you bringing like the real therapy to these spaces. What's really needed, because these guys just don't understand about real interaction, real social skills, and how therapy can help that.
Right.
They like to downplay that.
Yeah, they was very nigga. Like I'm like, I mean, y'all know how conservative is, but I was like, damn. When I caught that video, I was like, this nigga really was, you know, crazy. It's wild. It's all.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
All right, guys.
You know what? You know what, D. Darrell? I would like for you to do a show on people that that focus on small things in their relationships. Like, you ever heard of that saying "death by 1,000 cuts"?
Right. They focus on the little things and not just the stuff that really mean something.
Exactly. That is a major killer too in a bunch of these relationships.
Yeah.
People focus on small stuff.
Right. I agree with that.
Having a lack of vision.
Yeah,
for the future.
Exactly.
You're just nitpicking on a lot of stuff and not looking at the big picture. You know, you magnifying small problems and making them bigger than what they should be. Yeah.
Right.
I'll put some thought in that. I may do a live on that, kind of, you know, put some layers to it and, you know, make it work.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm out of here. About to get my butt to bed. I gotta get up in the morning, and actually, I got a couples therapy session tomorrow at 10:30. I gotta deal with. So.
Okay.
All right, guys. Y'all be good. Talk to y'all later. Peace.
Peace.